So with 2024 officially going down in the history books, I feel like it's the appropriate time here to give my 2025 predictions for what I think we may see occurring here within the year of 2025. Now, let it be known that this list that I came up with, I don't think is in any particular order. These are sort of just some ideas that I thought that we might see here in this calendar year. So we're gonna start off here with the Royal Rumble, which the Royal Rumble is within a month and a half away from this recording. So a lot has been said about who's winning this Royal Rumble. It's a very unpredictable Royal Rumble, but I think it really comes down to about two people here. It really comes down to John Cena and or CM Punk. That's who I have listed as potential winners for that Royal Rumble match, because The Rock, somebody like The Rock, he doesn't need the Royal Rumble to get a title match. He's The Rock. He's the boss. He can do whatever he wants. And Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns, if he wants a title match, he can literally do whatever he wants. He's Roman Reigns as well. So I think somebody like a John Cena, somebody like a CM Punk, I think is probably the best bet going forward, because John Cena, it's his last year. CM Punk, I don't think he's ever won a Royal Rumble match, so it would be a first for him. So I think that it's either one of these two guys that's going to end up winning the Royal Rumble. Now, let's say Cena does win the Royal Rumble. I have here predicted that he will eventually go on to beat Gunther to become World Heavyweight Champion. I just don't know if it's going to be at WrestleMania. I think the story going forward is going to be the fact that John Cena has to really prove himself, because prior to his retirement tour, he's been a big time loser as far as singles matches. I don't remember the last time John Cena won a straight singles match. So I think the story going forward now is the fact that John Cena, this is his retirement tour. So, the fact of can he still do it is going to be a major factor. So I think that first inevitable match that Cena and Gunther have, I think Cena's going to come up losing on that match, but eventually triumph over Gunther, possibly at SummerSlam, to become the 17-time World Heavyweight Champion and break Ric Flair's record. Now, sticking with John Cena, I have here that John Cena, I think, will go into the Hall of Fame this year. I think it's the perfect opportunity for him, because I think going forward, John Cena's schedule will be hectic following his retirement tour. And this sort of retirement tour, it's going to be 1 full year of a full-time John Cena. So he's going to have time for the commitments of a Hall of Fame, a WrestleMania, things of that nature. So I think we will see John Cena go into the Hall of Fame then. And as far as his last opponent, I think his last opponent has to be Randy Orton, right? A lot of people want people like AJ Styles or CM Punk to be his last opponent. I think that the way we see John Cena sort of send off at the end of 2025, sort of a PLE type event in which it's billed as John Cena's last match, and I think that last match possibly could be against Randy Orton. So I mentioned CM Punk earlier. I think the direction that we go with CM Punk now is against Roman Reigns. So initially, I thought that the WrestleMania match was going to be Seth Rollins against CM Punk, and that still may possibly be true, but I think now the way that things are sort of playing out, I think we may get CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I think it really all just depends on what The Rock is going to do at WrestleMania, which I have here. I think The Rock is going to face Cody at WrestleMania. I think we're going to get that WrestleMania match between The Rock and Cody Rhodes. I think that will be the night 2 main event, and possibly Roman and Punk will be the night 1 main event. I think they want to do Punk and Roman just for the sheer amount of numbers that they're going to get as far as social media wise. And I think Rock and Cody, I think we'll see that match, and I think Cody will win against The Rock. And speaking of retirement matches, we are going to get some of Goldberg's last matches. He is going to have a few matches here and there, but I know that one of his opponents is going to be Braun Breaker, because that match just writes itself, right? Spear against spear, buff dude against buff dude or whatever, badass against badass. So I think we will see Braun Breaker take on Goldberg, and I think that is going to be sort of the passing of the torch that Goldberg is looking for. Now, Braun Breaker currently is the Intercontinental Champion, and I do foresee that at WrestleMania we will get Sheamus winning his first ever Intercontinental Champion, becoming a Grand Slam champion, and finishing his story as far as the Intercontinental Championship goes. They've sort of teased it, the fact that Sheamus has never won an Intercontinental Championship. So I think we will get that sort of conclusion and Sheamus winning the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 41. And as far as the Royal Rumble goes, I think one of the surprise sort of entrances we will see this year is Big E. Big E, I think he will return as a surprise entrant, possibly during a point in the match where Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are in the ring. I could foresee him possibly showing up here and eliminating both men. I don't know if this is going to lead to a match between all three men, or a tag team match possibly with Big E and, let's say, Wade Barrett, because they were kind of teasing Wade Barrett as well for not being able to wrestle again. So they may have a tag team match between Barrett, Big E against Kofi and Xavier, but I do foresee Big E being a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble match. And before the year is over, I do foresee 100% that we will get a full Seth Rollins heel turn. Seth Rollins right now is sort of in an interesting point, because Seth Rollins is in the Kevin Owens spot, essentially against CM Punk, because CM Punk and Seth Rollins have this rivalry going on. And when you really break it down, everything that Seth is saying, it's not wrong, right? To me, he feels like an actual babyface here. But the way fans are reacting to, this whole entire feud, they're taking Punk's side. And that's sort of the same thing that's happening with Cody and Kevin, right? Kevin is saying everything that's correct. He's saying everything that's right. But the fans, they still cheer Cody and they still cheer Punk. And I think that's sort of going to eat at Seth, kind of the way that it ate at Drew McIntyre. The way that Drew McIntyre went about things and sort of, turn his back on the people. So I think by the end of the year, we will see a full-blooded Seth Rollins 100% heel turn. Just like we saw him a few years ago. I think we will see a Seth Rollins heel turn by then. But let me know what you guys think down below. These are just sort of a ballpark estimate of sort of some of my predictions here for 2025. Let me know some of yours down below. And until next time, take care, y'all.